How's it going? Just wanted to start off with a little bit of a discussion. So I was watching Lou Rock yesterday, and then Lou Rock was talking about how he was watching Cardboard and Plastic, and the discussion was about, or the, I guess, discussion prompt was about whether or not certain cards shouldn't have autographs on them. Not like, product autographs like signed for the product, but like kind of after the fact. And whether or not, if it comes to certain cards, if they should sort of not be defaced with an autograph, generally, if they're numbered or, something like that. And the card in question was a 2001 Topps Gold Ichiro rookie. And it had been signed by Ichiro. So these would be numbered to 2001. They're numbered, the golds. It was the first gold, right? So it was signed by Ichiro, and then he also put some inscriptions on the card. Hall of Fame 25, MVP Rookie of the Year 2001, and did this in big blue Sharpie. And so the question was, of course, like, is this like kind of like, if it comes to a card like this, like it's numbered, one of the golds, or, is it actually kind of like defacing the card if there's a signature on it? And I kind of was um, inclined to agree that, or I mean, agree. Well, yeah, kind of with Lou Rock, but like, my thought is generally that I do think that signatures on certain cards after the fact, like if they weren't signed for the product, in some cases, I think certain cards are kind of just better off left alone, um, and not autographed. And the autograph, autograph on a base Ichiro rookie, Topps rookie, of course, a base card, no problem. But I gotta say that it's also the case that I'm not 100% like of that opinion. And in fact, I have a card that would probably, well, not probably, does kind of fall into the same category. And it's an Ichiro, and it's a rookie, and it's signed by Ichiro after the fact, and the card never originally had an autograph on it. It's numbered and all that jazz. It's the 2001 Fleer EX Ichiro rookie. And that autograph, so of course, so signed by Ichiro, but after the fact. So this is not an autograph pull from the product. What's actually interesting is that of the, I want to say, 30 prospects or rookies autograph checklist in this product, Ichiro was in fact the only one who did not sign his cards. So all the other prospects and rookies from 2001 Fleer EX, there were pack pulled autograph versions of their cards that looked much like this in design, but not Ichiro. But this one was signed after the fact. So these are numbered to 1999. And in fact, you can find some of these on the market floating around that have no serial number. And it's not really known what that's about. Maybe after Fleer went out of business, somebody got a hold of them, like an employee or something, and kind of just released them into the wild. Who knows? But anyway, so as you can see, this one's authenticated, and in the back here, if you'll notice, the light doesn't really catch it very well in this room, but there's this Ichiro hologram sticker that doesn't hologram because of the way the light is. And that was kind of the initial way they authenticated the signature, by having stick that little Ichiro hologram sticker on the back. But then, of course, it was authenticated later. So my point is, I saw the gold Ichiro rookie in question, and I didn't like what I saw. I was like of the opinion that Yeah, I think you should just leave that card alone and not put the auto on it. So why do I, but not the case for this. So why do I feel differently? Well, to be honest, I can't say why precisely I feel. Well, I can give some reasons. I can give some tangible reasons for my difference of opinion between the two cards. I do not have an image of the gold Ichiro that was shown, but picture a gold 2001 Topps Ichiro signed with some inscriptions on under the signature, and then this one. So why am I cool with this and less cool with the Topps? And so immediately I think there's a couple reasons, and I guess all of this is just to say where that I'm a little on the fence about this whole thing, and it's really a case by case basis for me, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. But this is why I think these are different. So this one, for one, like I said earlier, um, they're actually all the 30 rookie and prospects in the set, 29 out of 30, so all of them minus Ichiro did sign cards for the product. So you can get pack pulled autos, and if Ichiro had not been the only one to not sell to sign cards, I think you could imagine it would look much like this if you pulled a pack pulled Ichiro auto. The pack pulled Ichiro auto that never was out of Fleer EX. So I think for that reason, I think the card looks nice with a signature. And to be sure, a lot of all the other prospects and rookies did come in auto versions. Whereas that's not the case with Topps, right? That's not the case, so it's just kind of signed. I think the other reason I think this is okay, and I didn't like what I saw with the Topps, is just the extra stuff he wrote on it. So he signed, and then under the signature, he put like 2025 Hall of Fame, 2001 MVP rookie. It was just a little much. Like it was very cluttered, and I thought it just frankly looked pretty ugly and cluttered. Whereas this one, it's just the signature, so I think it looks a little cleaner. And so I really, like I said, I guess it's case by case with me. I have no problem with this one being a numbered, pretty special card that was signed after the fact. And yeah. So what do you think? And be honest, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. Like, is this card ruined? Ruined? Do you think it's ruined? Is it defaced? Do you not like what you see when you look at this? And I understand that opinion because I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of also of that opinion. So I'm curious, um, how you feel about this in general, and I don't think this is the first time this topic's ever been brought up, but how do you feel about this in general, and how do you feel about this card? For example, would you rather have this card with an authenticated Ichiro auto on it, or would you rather just have the card? So that's that. Let me know what you think. I'm just gonna move on quickly. Well, not quick, whatever. I got all the time in the world. To some other stuff, mainly just. Oh yeah, I guess I'll show this. I collect Sports Graphic Number magazine. When the cover catches my eye, usually if it's Otani or some other, whatever, if it catches my eye, the player or the content. So this is Number Magazine's a little bit like the Sports Illustrated of Japan. Although, to be honest, probably if you know the state of Sports Illustrated at this point, especially like the online where it's just AI junk and whatever. That's a whole other topic. So this is actually still a very quality magazine with great long form stories in it and things like that, like what Sports Illustrated used to be. But so anyway, yeah, this is just the baseball final. It's talking about, of course, as you can tell from the cover, the World Series and then also the Japan Series. So there's Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the cover. All right. So yeah, and then speaking of, well, I don't know. Speaking of, yeah, let's show some O's. That's what I do. I collect O's. I've got 3 O's, and I think these are all from 1976. So I guess I'll show these in numerical order. Doesn't really matter, but so a couple of these are from this 76, this run of cards in the set. Well, there isn't a 76 standalone Calby set. It's this monstrous 75, 76 or 75 to 77, whatever you want to think of it as, massive set. But they did some of these cards up with these pink borders. So here's an O I picked up. And this is commemorating O as the 1975 Central League RBI leader. So there's a picture of O running with a goofy look on his face. It's not really the most flattering picture, that's for sure. Quick look at the back. This one's nice. It's got some real like crisp, darker registration. A lot of these cards it's very washed out on the back. And I have said it before, but this is not because of sun bleaching or age or anything. It's just some of the cards, even right out of the pack, just have very, very faint text on the back and stuff like that. Not this one, so there's that one. Pretty cool. And then I also have another pink bordered one. So this one's a little bit more of a dignified picture of O there. And again, this is saying he's the 1975 RBI leader. And then finally, I've got this one, just a nice classic image of O there in his later playing years. So then, even talking even later, this is after his playing years. So I got this card. This is from 1998 BBM. And this depicts as the manager of the Fukuoka Hawks. I'm going to actually take this out of the top loader because it really, really makes it look cruddy. Yeah, look at how much better that is. Isn't it great when cards are just out in the air, the way the card gods intended? So yeah, this is managing the Fukuoka Hawks, who were at that time the Fukuoka Daiei Hawks. They have since changed corporate ownership. And they are the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks now. SoftBank is a telecom company. So nice manager card from 98. And speaking of those damn Hawks, the Hawks won the Japan series over my Hanshin Tigers. They absolutely steamrolled them. It was 5 games. Tigers took game 1, and it was just over after that. The Hawks, if you don't know anything about them, they are the dynasty of the 21st century. Move over Giants. The 21st century, the first quarter of the 21st century belongs to the Fukuoka Hawks. Not even close. And they won yet another Japan series a couple weeks ago. I want to say for the 21st century, that puts them at 8. I think. This is in line with, this was a cool pull out of Topps MPB Chrome, but a little bit of a cruel pull too because it's a Hawk star, and I pulled it. But this is a Yeah, 20 from the latest 2025. And this is Kenta Imamiya of the Hawks. He's the Hawks' longtime shortstop. He's been with the team, I think, since 2010. And so he's pretty much been there for the whole dynasty. He's a 7-time Japan Series champion and lots of other decorations too. So he's definitely a legendary player for the team, and this is, I guess, maybe a green shimmer. Um, cool card and a nice one because it's a really prominent player. But of course, like I said, it's a bit cruel getting this, pulling this after watching my team get their crap pushed in. And Sadaharu O, of course, he is not the manager of the Hawks anymore. He is the president of the Hawks. So Sadaharu O is in his 80s. He's still kicking. He's still doing. Looks like he's doing pretty well, healthy, and all that. And he's the president of the Hawks. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys today. As always, thanks for watching. Peace.